morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Thursday, December 29th, 2016. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Yesterday afternoon at 4:24 local time in Las Vegas, firemen responded to reports of a fire at the Rio Las Vegas. Rio Las Vegas is a 2,522-room hotel located about one block from the Las Vegas Strip. The building was constructed in 1990. It's owned by Caesars Entertainment. Upon arriving, fire department personnel reported light smoke on the 27th, 28th, and 29th floors. It was later determined that a small electrical fire on the 27th floor that had been extinguished by sprinklers prompted the smoke. Guests were evacuated from 400 rooms and moved to either other rooms in the hotel or other Caesars properties. At least 50 people have died and thousands more left homeless after severe flooding in the southwest part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Torrential rain has caused the Kalamu River to overflow. The bodies of some victims had ended up in neighboring Angola after being carried away by the surge. Officials say that the water hit a peak of about 6 feet above the riverbank's usual level. Yesterday there were two relatively significant earthquakes. There was a 6.3 earthquake in Ibaraki Prefecture in Japan. Ibaraki is the home to two nuclear power plants. One is the Tokei No. 2 power plant. No immediate problems were reported there. And there was also no problems at the Fukushima Prefecture plant, which is adjoining the area. The earthquake struck near Takahagi at about 9:38 p.m. Japanese time on Wednesday. No tsunami warning was issued. There was also an earthquake in central New Zealand of 5.5. That struck near the town of Seddon and was followed by a 4.7 aftershock. Both earthquakes are apparently still aftershocks from the 7.8 magnitude quake that struck the area in November. The area has been hit by hundreds of aftershocks since that quake. President Vladimir Putin of Russia announced that a ceasefire will take effect across much of Syria beginning at midnight local time tonight. The United States is not part of the agreement, nor is Al-Qaeda, nor is ISIS. The announcement said that terrorist organizations are still going to be prosecuted militarily by the Syrians and by the Russians. The Russian foreign minister invited the upcoming administration of Donald Trump to play a constructive role in any ceasefire discussions. Here's a story that's been percolating around in Israel, which we've been watching but are bringing it to you. Israel's Justice Ministry say that they will issue an update in, quote, due time about an ongoing probe into suspicions surrounding Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Israeli media are reporting that the Attorney General will soon announce a criminal investigation into the Prime Minister. Israeli Channel 10 News says the Prime Minister is suspected in two cases, one of which is grave and supported by evidence. Apparently, the issue concerns reports of improperly transferring money into Netanyahu's personal account, as well as reports that his personal attorney represented a German firm involved in a $1.5 billion submarine sale to Israel. Netanyahu denies any involvement. The CEO of XL Group, Michael McGavick, sold 294,072 shares of XL during the month of December at $38.08 a share. The total sale was worth $11.2 million. The president of the largest advertising agency in Japan, a company named Dentsu, will step down because of the death by overwork of a young employee, a suicide which has now prompted official probes into Japan's overtime culture. The promising young graduate of Japan's top university, a woman named Matsuri Takahashi, leapt to her death in December of 2015, a year ago, leaving behind a trail of grievances over relentless days. She clocked 105 hours of overtime in October 2015 before becoming depressed. Her death was deemed by the government to be something called karoshi, or death by overwork. It's prompted raids on the offices of the advertising agency, and it's also been followed by a government study, the first time the government has looked at the issue. The study found that Japan imposes fuel limits on employers regarding overtime hours, and that more than 20% of companies had staff that work more than 80 hours of overtime in a month. Workers apparently often feel a debt of gratitude for being hired and are reluctant to quit even if conditions are bad. The outgoing CEO said it's extremely regrettable that we could not prevent overwork by a new recruit. In order to take full responsibility, I would like to resign as president at a board meeting in January. It's a very unfortunate situation, but once again points to the differences in work ethic between Japan and other countries around the world. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.